What started as a search for three little girls in Washington state, three little girls that the police labeled as endangered missing persons, is now a full-on manhunt for just one man, their father, and presumably their killer. We told you last night about 9-year-old Peyton Decker and her two little sisters, Evelyn, age 8, and Olivia, age 5. They were picked up last Friday by their dad, Travis Decker, who somehow had a custody arrangement with their mom, even though he was homeless and mentally unstable. He spent his nights in motels and campgrounds and sometimes his truck, police said. Nevertheless, court documents say he was permitted to see his girls every other weekend, but not overnight. And so, on Friday evening, when Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia weren't back in their own beds, their mother feared the worst. And today, those fears came true when a forest deputy found Travis Decker's truck near a campground. Decker himself nowhere to be seen, but the officers soon found the bodies of his three little girls. So when he too is found, he will face 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of first-degree kidnapping. Until then, police say he is highly dangerous, a military veteran with wilderness training and borderline personality disorder. Which brings me back to the gut-wrenching question of how he had unsupervised visitation privileges in the first place. Joining me now is former judge and prosecutor Tarlika Navarro. She is now the dean of the St. Thomas University College of Law. Judge, that's the question. How on earth could a man like that, who is homeless and who has borderline personality disorder, be given unsupervised custody of 3 little girls?
Well, hi, Ashley. Thank you for having me on. I wish it was under different circumstances. This one is a tearjerker, and my heart goes out to all of the parties involved. As a former judge, I can tell you, every night we go home making sure that, doubting and thinking, what could we do differently, hoping that something like this doesn't happen. Many cases look like this on the front end, and they don't end up like this. And many cases don't look so bad and they end up like this. And so it really is shameful knowing that this could have been prevented. So, when we look at visitation rights and creating parenting plans, always have to think about the best interest of the children, which also means weighing the consideration of that child's right to have the father and the mother both in the lives of these small children. And so we look at many factors, and of course, there were a lot of red flags in this case, and that is the sad part that we're dealing with here.
I mean, the best interests of the child, I keep coming back to that, and sending them off unsupervised with a homeless father for whom it's a little hard to knock on a door to say you're late with the kids. I do not get it. Which brings me to my next question. Not that a wrongful death lawsuit and massive settlement would ever make that mother whole again, but is that a possibility here?
Of course, it's always a possibility. An Amber Alert should have been issued, and it wasn't. It was declined by the state, and we don't know why yet. They're saying criteria was simply just not met, that an abduction or imminent harm was not present. I respectfully disagree at this point. I think an Amber Alert should have probably been issued, and it would have saved these little girls' lives.
They say no imminent threat. Rarely does someone grab the children, make the threat, and then run. But maybe the grabbing didn't happen. But when somebody doesn't have a home and has this borderline personality disorder and is 2 to 3 days overdue, why is that not considered an imminent threat? How was it not considered an imminent threat?
Exactly. We have a homeless vet who is clearly on the decline. He had lost his housing. We know that he had been diagnosed previously with the borderline personality disorder. He had been ordered anger management and failed to do so, according to the court filings, and also failed to conduct a mental health evaluation as well. So we have all of these red flags. I would think that the law enforcement officers would take this into consideration. And I can tell you what, if I'm the attorney for that mother, I'm going to make sure I want to know that every single protocol is followed here.
And if I'm the attorney for this guy, if he's ever found alive, good luck with an insanity defense, because he ran and he hid, which usually means insanity is the farthest rung you can reach for. Judge Navarro, great to have you. I so appreciate it. I wish it were under better circumstances, but thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashley. Have a good night.
You too.